Blessed Sunday, everybody. Hope everybody is safe. Hope you're keeping blessed out there. And remember, put God first. Now, guys, it is now 5:30. I not so long get home, but half hour ago, I sit down and I cool down a little bit and had my shower. So I in the kitchen now, get me something to eat. And it keep pressing for my heart to just pick up the camera and do my thing, guys. Now, guys, honestly, the Lord is pushing me in another route of how to do the videos, and it's time I listen because it's pressing for me too much, guys. It's pressing for me too much. So the videos that will be coming, guys, I can't yet say, but I hope you do like the upcoming videos because the Lord pressing me in a different light, guys, in a different light. All right, now I was in the kitchen. I came in here, guys. I already met what I'm gonna eat, guys. Okay, what I did, if you see my grocery haul, guys, that I posted, you would have seen, well, not the recent one I posted, the one before, guys, when I posted when I went to PriceMart. No, I bought me some muffins from there, guys, and what I did, I just put them in the freezer. So what I did, I took down one of the bags I have in the bottom of the fridge, and I just put two of them in the microwave, heating up for 30 seconds or so, and I make myself a cup of coffee, and I'm gonna have this for my dinner, guys, and I'm gonna be satisfied. So while I was doing this, I was like, look, I come home and I fix this, guys, and I'm gonna have this, and this is gonna satisfy me because this is just how I is. I will come home, guys, and have bread there and just toast it with a piece of butter and eat that and drink either tea, water, juice, and I will go in my bed and I will be content. I will be very contented because, guys, the way how I reel up learning how to have little and be contented. That's how I reel up. In St. Vincent, guys, that's how I reel up. We reel up poor, and I ain't rich, but at least I'm better off than how I was. And when I had my children, I honestly didn't want them to experience the kind of life I had. And when I had them, guys, the way how I was, guys, when I used to have to be eating mangoes for breakfast and sometimes mangoes for lunch, mangoes for dinner, because we had a cocoa field full of mango trees and them kind of stuff, guys. My children didn't have to experience all of that. I remember days when when I used to call my neighbor them rich people, because my mother was somebody that she would go and she would wash. The whole job was cleaning for people and going and do the laundry and so, because the washing machine and thing was in, you know what I mean? And I mean, I'm that old. I only turned 40 the other day, but still, in my time, the washing machine wasn't in, and if the in is only like I would consider rich people is who could afford to have them, and still they would have them, and still they wouldn't want the clothes, the good clothes washing the machine and them kind of stuff. So, you know, and for people that didn't have the machine and prefer to still have the clothes hand washed, my mother would have come and play. That was her job. She would go up on Saturdays and Sundays, and that is what she would do and what, you know. And I remember when I was at these people's houses and thing, and I would see them be feeding the children things like apple and grapes and them kind of stuff, and we couldn't have them, you know. We didn't have mommy didn't have no money for buy these kind of things. So when you go in your neighbor, you see them is a luxury. And the time when I finally got a job and I bought myself an apple, that was like heaven to me. That was like heaven to me, guys. And the thing is, back home, guys, right by Coates, the fella that sell the fruits, they by Coates that had a long stretch of fruits. You could go there and buy fruit from them any time of the day and thing. And the fact you could go there and spend like $5 and get apples and thing. But then you couldn't, them prices was never so for apples, you know. Them price was never so, guys, and we didn't have them things. And if your neighbor give you one, we used to feel so happy and fancy. And the fact that when I have my kids didn't have to experience nothing. So, you know what I mean? They had apple, they had grapes, because the mommy and daddy could have buy them at the time, and we wasn't rich on so. But I don't know how else to explain it. But when I was smaller, them things was luxury. Now, apples and things, I don't even think the poorest person can afford an apple. I don't even think the poorest of person can even afford an apple. And I'm so happy that at this point where you could even buy an apple and eat it, because apple is like $1.75. You know what I mean? So guys, when I fixing this here now, when I sit down and I think about it, right, we be out here and we be wasting a lot of stuff, and we be overeating and them kind of stuff, and then when we don't have, we be complaining and say, oh, we don't have, instead of being grateful for what we do have. Guys, for some of we around my age group, you know where I coming from. Mamas around my age group know where I coming from. The fact now that we could come and make a cup of coffee, back then we mother them couldn't afford nothing, so we couldn't afford nothing, so now we come home and make a little coffee and eat a little muffin and them kind of stuff. Guys, we gotta be more thankful. And we gotta stop being wasteful. If you're working for $20 a day, thank God for that $20 and make it work. Make it work, guys. You understand me? If you're working for $300 a week, I know times ain't easy. I know, especially if you got rent to pay and them kind of stuff. I know it ain't easy. I know it ain't easy, but be thankful, because when you be thankful, God has blessed you with more. And that $300, guys, does be stretching 1,000 miles when you put God in it and be grateful for it, and God has opened more doors for you. And guys, if you know you're only working for a certain amount of money, do not live above your means. Don't do it. Don't do it. And then when you're done, you can sit down and be like, oh, I'm crying, and oh, I can't get this, I can't see myself getting through in life, and da. Guys, sometimes God does be putting me through the test now, because God does be telling us, all right, he blessed you with this $20, and the fact he blessed you with this $20 and you're so ungrateful, and you go and splurge at $20 when you know you got more things to do, when you know deep in your heart you could stretch at $20, you feel God can bless you with more? No, because he can see if you're abusing the $20, when he give you more, you're still gonna cry, you're still gonna complain, and you're gonna abuse them more. So guys, let we use we head. Let we use we head. And I talking this from experience, guys. I talking this from experience. Let we use we head. God, wherever God bless you with, be good short of that, so that he will multiply 3 times fold. And when he multiply 3 times fold, don't be stingy, you know. Don't be stingy. Help another person come. Help another person come. Alright, guys, I don't want to be too talking, I don't want to be too preachy, but this is just what the Lord had been putting upon my heart, guys, because I went through this experience. You know what I mean? I had the experience, and the fact that we had the experience is good to share it with other mamas, because some mamas out there going through real tough times, as all of we going through it, but some of them going through it worse than we. And they just need somebody there to give them the inspiration. You know what I mean? And I realized too, a lot of you don't really see a lot of Caribbean YouTubers like myself out there. So if I could be one of them, and if I could inspire another mama to start take up the camera, you ain't gotta get a fancy camera and a phone me just use, guys. Phone me just film pan, and I go and I be editing on KineMaster or InShot. This is a free sites, guys, and they mean hard to learn how to use them, because I ain't computer savvy at all. Me ain't computer savvy at all. But as you go by, as I just call YouTube, I just call YouTube University. YouTube will show you how to use these things. All I gotta do is sit down the same way I sit down on YouTube and watch my videos. Thank you, guys. Thank you. You know, you could go and you go on YouTube and see how to edit videos, see how to shoot videos, and these kind of things. It ain't gotta be fancy. You just gotta be able to show clearly and let your content be inspiring to people. And yeah, you need the confidence. I still yet need the confidence to be filming outdoors, but I will get around to it, guys. As God permits me, I'll get around to it. But guys, before my coffee get cold, let me show you my coffee. Got my coffee here, guys. Before it get cold, I'm a 2 muffin. This was the raspberry, and this is chocolate. I prefer chocolate though. Guys, this is gonna be my dinner. This is gonna be my dinner, and I can belch, and I can thank the Lord, and I can go and brush my teeth and go in my bed. I want to have an early night tonight, guys. So as I was doing this, it was God telling me, God was pushing it from my heart. Go take up the camera. Go take up the camera. I didn't know what I can film, I didn't know what I can say, but he gave me the words to say. So I hope, guys, that this was, I hope this inspire mama out there, guys. Have a good Sunday night, guys, and remember, put God first and be grateful for whatever you have. Even if it's butter bread, pray over it and tell God thank you. Belch and tell God thank you. All right, good night, guys.
The next day.
Alright, guys, so I have to come back and have my hair, guys, before I go to the bath. It is now 4:54. I need to see what I have to say quickly because I gotta start preparing myself at 5. Now, guys, from the clip that you will see before this one, which was yesterday when I posted, this is how you just know when God's speaking to you. From that clip and what my conversation was in that clip, to this scripture that I just studied, I am actually in Matthew, guys, and today I am at Matthew 25. So this is when God was talking about the parable of the 10 bridesmaids, and in chapter 25 and from verse 21, guys, as you can see, I highlighted this, guys, and I highlighted this one was highlighted way before, guys, because I am actually rereading this. But as I'm rereading this, guys, chapter 21 verse 21, sorry, just actually, pop out to me. So when I'm reading the Bible, guys, wherever pop out to me, wherever God is using to speak to me, I highlight it, guys, because when I could go back and rehearse the verse and all of that and apply it to my life. So come back to what I was saying yesterday, guys, when I was saying that when God bless you and you don't handle what he bless you with, he's take it away. He's take it away, or he do not bless you with more. It comes back to what I was saying right here, guys. So it shows you that I ain't just uttering words, or when people talk to you, especially from experience, they don't just utter words. And when things happen in your life, they ain't just happening just so. All right, so let me read these 2 verses for you guys, and I'm reading again from Matthew 25, and I am reading from the NLT version. All right, so if you have the regular Bible, it will mean the same thing, but this is the actual NLT version, guys. The NLT version is the new living translation. This is the translation Bible, guys, so there's why it will sound different, but it's the same meaning. I have to read from the NLT, guys, because I understand it way better. When I read from the normal Bible, guys, I don't get to understand it, so hence me reading from the NLT. So if you are like me, the NLT does actually translate the verses for you so that you could understand it better. A long time, their master returned, so this is from 19, from his trip, and called them to give account of how they had used his money. The servant to whom he had entrusted the 5 bags of silver came forward and with 5 more, and said, Master, you gave me 5 bags of silver to invest, and I have earned 5 more. The master was full of praise, and he said, Well done, my good and faithful servant. You have been faithful in handling the small amount, so now I will give you many more responsibilities. Let's celebrate, guys. This is saying when God give you little and you use it, God does. When you handle it very well, when you're big good steward, he's bless you with more. He's blessed you with more, and he's be happy because he's saying, yes, this is my child. My child know how to handle stuff, and he's blessed you with more, and he's blessed you with more. And when he bless you with more, guys, you can't be greedy. Even for the little bit that you got, you still can't be greedy and selfish. You cannot be greedy and selfish. You understand? And guys, when we go further down here now, and the servant, from verses 24, the servant with the 1 bag of silver came and said, Master, I knew you were a harsh man, harvesting crops you didn't plant and gathering crops you didn't cultivate. I was afraid I would lose your money, so I hid it in the earth. Look, here is your money back. He didn't do anything because he was studying what the master do from what the master wasn't doing. That wasn't none of his business. This is where we just be sticking with nose in things that we don't need to be sticking with nose into. Because we don't get worried about all these things, and that don't have no business with us. We just need to follow what God say and do what he say, and that is all we need to do. We don't need to be distracted by other things that is not our business, So that is what he did, and he did not do anything with it. He wasn't wise to do anything with the money. So then but the master replied, you wicked and lazy servant. If you knew I harvest crops I didn't plant and gathered crops I didn't cultivate, why didn't you deposit my money in the bank? At least I could have gotten some interest on it. He didn't even do nothing with the money. He just hide it, guys. He just hide it. Then he ordered, take the money from this servant and give it to the one with the 10 bag of silver. So you see, guys, when you don't use it, when you don't be wise with what God gave you, bless you with, he's take it back and give somebody else that actually worthy of it. Somebody that is not lazy, somebody that is worthy of having things. So when you're in your life and you realize you ain't growing, you ain't moving, don't blame God. Don't blame God. Sit down and look into yourself and see what you're doing wrong. I had to learn this, guys, and I only recently, I I knew it all along, but I wasn't putting it into action. And then it's just recently I realized, like, what am I doing with my life? What am I doing? God bless me, and I just wasting everything. I ain't utilizing what he blessed me with. And it's only recently I realized this, guys, and I don't want you guys to have to wait so long to realize it either. So guys, when God bless you, utilize what he gave you, make use of it. Don't sit down and lavish it away. God gave you, it wasn't working, and he gave you a work, guys. And instead of prepping food and saving some of the money, you go and you buying KFC and chef it and whatever. So then when the end of the week come now, you don't got no more money, then you blaming God. When you gonna blame God? God gave you a job, even if it's just $300, and before you know where you come, you was home all the time and working, and now you, God bless you, instead of you try to make the little work, you know what I mean? You out there living like you got $1 million. No, it don't work so. To go on, to those then he ordered, take the money from the servant and give it to one that have 10 silver bags. And then 29 said, to those who use well what they are given, even more will be given, and they will have an abundance. But from those who do nothing, even what little they have will be taken away. Guys, you gotta read the word for yourself, and when you read the word, don't let it go through and come out. No, digest it and apply it to your life. Alright, guys, it's now 5:04, and you're girl done with that. Your girl done with that. So that just tally up what I was saying yesterday. Guys, that just tally it up. So guys, make use of the little that God given you. And don't blame God if things don't work out in your life, because it's not his fault. Alright? Remember that. Remember that.